What if I told you that the man who's considered the greatest UFC fighter of all time is also the most controversial, the most suspended, and the one who almost threw it all away? That one of the most talented combat athletes ever seen was nearly erased from the sport by his own actions? Jon Bones Jones isn't just another UFC champion. He's a living paradox. Dominant yet destructive, legendary yet reckless, heroic yet haunted. So today, we're diving into one of the most complex stories in sports history. Is Jon Jones truly the GOAT of MMA? Or is he the biggest downfall the UFC has ever seen? And most importantly, can redemption still be part of his legacy? The meteoric rise of a prodigy. In 2008, Jon Jones made his UFC debut at just 21 years old. Within a few fights, fans were already whispering that something was different about this kid. He wasn't just good, he was scary good. With an unorthodox style, wrestling pedigree, and insane reach, Jones dismantled opponents like they were amateurs. In 2011, he became the youngest UFC champion in history, defeating Mauricio Shogun Rua in a performance that was nothing short of surgical violence. But what was it about Jones that made even elite fighters feel like they had no answers? And how did that dominance feed into his darkest habits? He went on to defend his light heavyweight title against some of the most feared names in MMA: Rampage Jackson, Lyoto Machida, Rashad Evans, and Daniel Cormier. No one could stop him, not in the cage. But life outside the cage was a different fight. 2. Unmatched legacy in the Octagon. If we look purely at performance, Jon Jones is in a league of his own. He has never been beaten in a conventional sense. His only loss came by disqualification due to illegal elbows in a fight he was dominating. That's right, his record is virtually flawless. He's fought and defeated multiple generations of top contenders. From legends of the past to the new blood of MMA, Jones has shown that his fight IQ, adaptability, and technique are practically untouchable. Even his close fights, like against Alexander Gustafsson, only added to his mythos, proving he could survive wars and still come out on top. But if his skills were so elite, why did he keep sabotaging himself? Why couldn't he stay clean, stay focused, stay in the game? In 2023, he returned after 3 years to win the UFC Heavyweight Championship, further solidifying his claim to being the GOAT. But the shadow of his past always lingers. The crashes outside the cage. As much as his in-cage success soared, Jon Jones's life outside the cage became a collection of headlines: DUIs, drug tests, suspensions, domestic violence allegations, and hit-and-run incidents. In 2015, he was stripped of his title after a hit-and-run where he left a pregnant woman injured and fled the scene. Just months earlier, he had tested positive for cocaine during a fight week. How does someone so gifted, so close to greatness, repeatedly sabotage everything they worked for? Was it ego? Was it pressure? Or something darker? Jones's relationship with the USADA became its own saga. He tested positive for Turinabol multiple times, leading to controversial pulsing test results that kept him in legal and scientific limbo. In 2019, he was again involved in a domestic disturbance case in Las Vegas, just hours after being inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame. Every time he tried to stage a comeback, the shadow of his own behavior pulled him back. 4. Is he the GOAT or just wasted potential? Here's the great debate. Can Jon Jones be the greatest of all time if his career is littered with violations, suspensions, and personal disasters? Statistically, few come close. No one has the title defenses, the caliber of competition, and the length of dominance that Jones has. Not GSP, not Khabib, not Silva. But greatness isn't just measured in wins. It's measured in integrity, discipline, and influence. Is a fighter still great if half their legacy is tarnished? Does personal behavior cancel out professional brilliance? Some argue Jon Jones should have been even bigger than he was, that his career could have transcended MMA, making him a global icon like Muhammad Ali or LeBron James. Instead, many fans think of him as the one who blew it, the talent that couldn't stay out of his own way. And yet, here he is, still fighting, still winning, still chasing legacy. So, are we witnessing a redemption arc or just waiting for the next breakdown? 5. The redemption possibility. Jon Jones has made many comebacks, but his 2023 return to win the heavyweight title may have been the most symbolic. After 3 years away, amid criticism, doubt, and aging competition, he stepped into a new weight class and submitted Ciryl Gane in under 2 minutes. It was a reminder, even after everything, he's still that guy. Jones has publicly acknowledged his demons. He claims to have found faith, structure, and a renewed purpose. But fans are divided. Is this truly the reformed Jon Jones, or just another chapter before another fall? Can someone really change after a lifetime of chaos? Or are we all just watching a fighter wrestle with his own legacy in real time? The world is watching. One more scandal could end everything. One more win could immortalize him forever. 6. What Jon Jones represents in UFC history. More than belts or headlines, Jon Jones represents something deeper about the UFC. He is the embodiment of greatness meeting self-destruction, the classic tale of power with a price. The UFC is a brutal sport. It's not just about how you fight, it's about who you become while surviving that world. Jones's story isn't clean or easy. It's layered, complicated, human. And that's what makes it unforgettable. To some, he's the greatest fighter ever. To others, he's a tragic cautionary tale. But no matter which side you're on, you can't ignore him. His name will forever be etched in UFC history. The question is, will it be in gold or in shame? So what do you think? Is Jon Jones the GOAT, a man who mastered the art of combat and silenced all critics in the cage? Or is he the biggest downfall, a story of what could have been if the man had just stayed out of his own way? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this dive into one of MMA's most controversial figures, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. We've got more stories coming. Legends, scandals, comebacks, everything you never knew you needed about the fight game. Until next time, keep your hands up and your guard tighter.